Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will be creating swipeable videos like Shorts, Reels and TikTok using ViewPager 2. In our previous video, we have already created the navigation drawer and bottom navigation together, right? Then we have created a recycler view in the home fragment. And now in this video, we'll be creating swipeable videos in the Shorts fragment. This video is not dependent on the previous video, but you will require a fragment. So for that, you can go through the previous video, link in the description box. Alright, so let me quickly give you a quick little preview of it. This is what we created in a previous video. And this is what we are going to create in this video. As you can see, we have a video in full screen mode with no action bar, but we do have bottom navigation. And then we have a channel image, username, shorts title, that's it. It's a very simple and beginner friendly project, hence it will be static, means we won't use any databases. Okay, but I'll make sure to cover the advanced version of it in my upcoming videos. Also, I know you guys request a lot for Kotlin videos as well, so don't worry, from the next week, I'll be starting a Kotlin series where I'll be covering topics from basic to advanced, and not only that, but also we'll be creating projects, okay? So stay tuned for that, and with that said, let's get started with our project. Now in the prerequisites, we need to add Shorts MP4 in the raw folder. So any video or audio are supposed to be stored in the raw folder, okay? So right click on the resource folder, then new, and then resource directory. Choose the resource type as raw and click OK. So I will add 3 MP4 in the raw folder. So let me copy the videos and paste it in the raw folder. Now we are done with the prerequisite. So let's move on to XML. As I said, we'll be adding shorts in the shorts fragment. So go to fragment_short.xml. Here we will be using constraint layout. See, if you want your layout to be fit in every device size, then always go for constraint layout, okay? Like if you go for linear layout or relative layout, then there are chances that the UI will look different in the emulator and different in the physical device. Now we will be using ViewPager 2. So ViewPager 2 is an user interface component that allows you to create swipeable screen or pages within an app. So basically you can swipe left, right, up, down as per the horizontal vertical orientation. But why is it 2? Because it's an improved version of the original ViewPager. Okay. So let me quickly write the code and then I'll explain you. So we have kept width and height as 0 dp because the height and width will be depend on the video, okay? And then ID as ViewPager 2. As I previously said, ViewPager can be either vertical or horizontal depending upon the requirement. So over here we have kept the orientation as vertical, which means video will be swipe up or down, right? Now I have kept 30 dp as top margin and 60 dp as bottom margin because we do have a bottom navigation bar, right? So if I don't leave 60 dp margin, then it will overlap each other. And lastly, I have constrained the ViewPager vertically as well as horizontally. Easy, right? Then next we have to create each item of the ViewPager the same way we used to do for RecyclerView, right? So right click on layout, then new, and then layout resource file. Name it as item_shorts and click OK. Again, we will be going to use constraint layout. Keep the background as black. So inside the constraint layout, we will create a video view. As we previously said, width and height will be 0 because it depends upon the video ratio. then ID as video view, and then we will constrain it with every corner. Now next we need to create is one image view which will be for the channel image, and then two text view which will be for the channel username and shorts title. Got it? So to create something like that, we will require horizontal as well as vertical linear layout nesting. So first let me quickly create a horizontal linear layout. And it's done. Now again inside the horizontal linear layout, we will create a vertical linear layout. That's what we call as nesting of layouts. Okay. And it's done. Then inside the vertical linear layout, we will create a text view that will represent Shorts username. And it's done. Then again we will create a text view that will represent Shorts title. Okay. And that's it. Now we are done with the XML. So let's move on to creating a data class. As I previously said, it is as same as RecyclerView. So we will require a data class, an adapter class, and then we will call everything in ShortsFragment. Simple, right? So let's do it step by step. So right click on package name, then new, and then Java class. Name it as ShortsData. We need to perform 3 steps over here. Mention all the variables, then create a constructor, and then create getters. Got it? So step number 1, mention all the item variables that were used in item underscore shorts.xml. So let me quickly write it. See, we have shorts path, that is our video. Then we have shorts user, that is the username. And then we have shorts title, all of them are string. Then we have shorts image, which is our channel image, that is in int. Okay. Now step number 2, create a constructor. And it's done. Now step number 3, create getters for all the variables. And that's it. Our data class is ready. Next, we need an adapter. So right click on package name, then new, and then Java class. Name it as ShortsAdapter. So over here, we will have a constructor, 3 RecyclerView methods, then view holder, and lastly, we will create a method for video view. So let's do it step by step. First, extends a RecyclerView. Then inside that, we will mention view holder. Then let's create our view holder class. Mention all the variables. Now create a super constructor of it. Inside that, we will connect all the items with their respective variable. And it's done. Then next we will create a constructor. So for that, call the ShortsData class in a list format. Then create a constructor of it. And then now before creating those 3 methods, first let us create set ShortsData method, which will set all the data with their respective items and also will adjust the screen ratio and video ratio as well. So let me quickly write the block of code and then I'll explain to you. So whatever the text we will add, it will retrieve it using the getShorts user, and then the text will be set using setText method on the shorts user, which is our username in item underscore short.xml, right? Similarly, we will do it for shorts title as well. Then for video, we will use setVideoPath method, and for image, we will use setImageResource. Okay. Now pay attention carefully because this is where you might find things tricky. So we will use 2 methods of video view, that is set on prepared listener and set on complete listener, which means first method is when the video is in play and second method is when video is completed. So we have to write the code for that, what we will do in both the situation. So first let me write the entire code and then I'll explain you. Now listen carefully. Media player dot start means the video will automatically going to start once we are in the shorts fragment, right? Then we have created two float variables, that is video ratio and screen ratio. So video ratio retrieves the height and width of the video being played, and screen ratio retrieves the current width and height of the video view itself, that is a screen size. Both of them calculates the aspect ratio by dividing its width by its height. Okay. Then we have a third variable as scale, which calculates the ratio between video ratio and screen ratio. This will determine how the video should be scaled to fit within the screen. Then if statement checks whether the scale is greater than or equal to 1. If it is, then it means the video is wider than the screen. So the video is scaled horizontally, that is on x-axis. Else, if the scale is less than 1, that means the video is taller than the screen, then the video is scaled vertically, that is on y-axis. Basically, in short, the logic makes sure that the video fits in the screen size while maintaining its ratio. Got it? Then the second method is set on completion listener. Here, once the video is completed, then what are we supposed to do? So the answer is simple, that we will again start that video. So basically, the video will play on loop. Okay? Now let's create RecyclerView 3 method. In first method, that is on create view holder, we will inflate the item shorts.xml layout. So let me quickly write the code. Then moving on to our second method, that is on bind view holder. So let me write the code. So here, whatever position we will get from the shorts data list, we will assign it to the set shorts data method, which we created before, right? And then attach it with the holder. Perfect. Then our last method is get item count. Its only job is to return the list size. So shorts data list dot size. And we are done with the adapter. Now let's move on to our shorts fragment. First, remove all the unnecessary code. And done. Now mention all the required variables and call data class as well as adapter class. Keep the empty constructor as it is. Then inside the onCreate view, we will create an array list that will store all the items. Before that, first store the fragment shorts layout in the root view variable. Then we will create an array list and assign it to shorts data list. Then initialize the view pager to. Now we need to store all the items in the shorts data list according to their respective positions. Okay. So let me quickly set all of them in their respective position and then I'll show you. See, this is our path to the raw folder. Here we have added our first MP4 shorts video. Then we have mentioned the username. Then we have given a title to it. And then we have added a channel image. Perfect. Similarly, I will create 2 more shorts and it's done. So we have added 3 shorts in our shorts data list. You can add as many as you want to. Next, we will store shorts data list in the shorts adapter. And then we will set the adapter on the view pager too. Then we will return the root view, that is our fragment shorts layout. Lastly, we will create 2 methods, that is onResume method and onStop method. Both of them are a part of activity lifecycle. I have already explained them in one of my previous video. You can click on the I button to watch. So let's understand it more clearly. See, we have created a custom toolbar for navigation drawer, right? That will appear on every activity as well as on every fragment. But I don't want that custom toolbar or action bar to be on the shorts fragment, as we want the video to be in a partial full screen mode, right? Like we want bottom navigation bar, but we don't want custom toolbar or action bar. Got it? So now to remove the custom toolbar from a specific fragment, we have to use onResume and onStop method. How? Let me show you. So first let me write the code and then I'll explain you. So it says when the app is in resume mode of shorts fragment, that means when user is in shorts fragment, then in that case it will hide the action bar. And once the user is out of the shorts fragment, which means short fragment is stopped, then in that case it will show the action bar. Got it? This is the best example to understand activity lifecycle stages. And with that said, we are done with the coding. Now let's run the app. Click on the shorts fragment and see we have video with channel image, username and title. Perfect. You can swipe up and down easily. And also see the video is playing on loop. As we have used onResume and onStop method, you can notice that when we are in shorts fragment, there is no action bar. And once I left the short fragment and went to home fragment, then we do have action bar. Got my point? So yeah, that is it for the video and I'll see you in the next video.